Good morning. So I am nearly finished this book here, 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. So I wanted to talk about one specific topic of this book. It uses a thing called magical realism. So it's where there's supernatural things that happen. Ghosts are in the book. People rise from the dead. There's like magical sort of powers that people have. There's premonitions, all this stuff, and it's considered normal. So it's not considered magic. It's spoken as if it's as regular as someone like making a cup of coffee or something. And I really, really appreciate that part of the book. I like the way it talks about love, but I would say a lot of people who are overly analytical or overly empirical about life, like atheists, these sort of statisticians that say, oh no, these are the stats, this is that. We kind of gloss over the supernatural aspects of life. People who say everything can be explained through science. That's not true at all. The human consciousness, I would say, is the greatest mystery of all of the world, except for how the world came to exist in the first place. And then followed by that is like love. Love is odd as well. But there's a bit more of a scientific explanation to love. So I think that the point of the magical realism in this book is the human experience is inherently supernatural because of consciousness. But we're so used to it that we just deem it as normal. We don't really consider it to be anything different to regular science. Whenever I've done my research on human consciousness, it is so abnormal. And especially the fact that we have the capacity for love, which isn't particularly important for us. And it's the real love that we're talking about. That's the critique of Nietzsche as well. It's kind of what people like Dostoevsky have said. People are overly cynical about very empirical things. But the magical realism, that it really works well, especially whenever it talks about love. So there's Orleano, one of the sons of Jose Arcadia Buendia, whenever he wanted to get his wife, who was 9. That's weird, but who cares? Whenever he wanted to get his wife, he kind of felt her. Like he sensed her coming, and she was there. And there's just these magical things that happen. And it's kind of akin to the human experience in general. And I really enjoy it. It kind of makes me feel like we're living in our own sort of supernatural, magical world because of how odd the things we have are. I'm about to finish it. I'm about 3/4 way through. It's one of the quickest books I've ever read. After that, I'm going to read Frankenstein. But yeah, made a cup of coffee as well. So I used to be a barista, right? And by far the best coffee, it's a flat white and an oat cappuccino, okay? Anyone that drinks lattes, it's too milky. You're either a woman or you're a leftist. Anyone that drinks regular cappuccinos, you're right wing. Nobody who doesn't drink cappuccinos is not right wing, right? I bet you Hitler drank cappuccinos. Iced lattes, you're a white girl, be honest. Matches, you're a white girl or a performative male. What else is there? And espressos, you just hate life. Anyone who drinks espressos is like a Dostoevsky reader. But yeah, flat whites, oat cappuccinos, those guys are bangers. But yeah, please pick this book up. It's so beautiful. I would recommend it 1,000 times out of 1,000.